Welcome, everyone, to another episode here for the podcast, The Fashion Matrix. I'm recording it on the microphone and also video so that everyone can watch it on my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel specifically for my podcast, which is called The Fashion Matrix Podcast or Style Systems Podcast. I don't remember, but I'll leave the link on the description. And remember that this is the first time you ever hear one of my podcasts. I call it The Fashion Matrix because the things that I talk about on this podcast, first and foremost, is freedom of speech. I talk about anything that I want to fucking talk about. Because the moment you tie yourself in just one single thing, like me, for instance, being an image consultant, well, shit, there's so much to talk about. There's so much to learn and so much to share, to evolve, to grow, to expand, and to unplug ourselves from the matrix. And today I want to talk about paying attention to what you're listening and to what you're seeing right now. Okay? Anything that separates us and anything that creates division needs to be looked at, right? You have to find the balance. You have to find the balance, guys. Fucking think of the yin and the yang, all right? Where there's blackness, there's white. A tiny dot of whiteness, whereas total whiteness and brightness, there's a tiny dot of blackness. And then together, they create balance. So it's not just about being black. It's not just about being white. It's not just about being one on the other, right? There's a number of shades in between. And most of the things that are being pushed onto us, whether it's from the right, the left, whatever, you know, the woke, the unwoke, the conscious, the unconscious, the spiritual, the whatever, right? Entrepreneurs, they are leading us onto just one side. And I want you to make up your own fucking mind. Stop mindlessly following others. Stop paying attention just to people like other people like a fucking sheep, like an idiot, without even questioning with your own filters, with your own mind. Even if the information appears to be good, fuck it. Don't pay attention to it. Do not follow it unless it resonates with you. And, of course, unless you put it to use. And you can actually see if it works or if it's just blah, 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 blah. You get my point? You know what I mean? Because really, you have to, especially in today's society, today's world, we have to be so fucking aware. We have to be sharp with our attention. Remember, wherever your attention goes, energy flows. Wherever your attention goes, your energy will have no other choice but to go into that, to flow into that, and then eventually it'll manifest itself. So let's say that you're paying attention to the pandemic, right? You're paying attention to the COVID-19 shit, which is most of it is fear. Live in fear. Do not go outside. Don't take up the sunshine. Whatever. Social distancing. Well, if you pay attention to that, guess what? Your energy will flow towards fear, and you'll start creating. It'll manifest. That energy will get manifested through certain negative emotions, and those certain negative emotions will permeate into your lifestyle, and then eventually you'll be wrapped up in a lifestyle or in a way of living that you don't want to live, you don't want to do. Other than that, is also you'll become miserable. So wherever your attention goes, energy flows. Remember that. And then again, I see a lot of on the other side, a lot of people saying, "No, fuck the masks. This is my right as a free person, and I get to choose whether I want to use it or not because I did my own research and this and that, and I heard it from fucking David Icke and this guy and Dr. Rashid Buttar, and yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. But still, do not fall blindly into what they say. You need to make up your own fucking mind through your own fucking experience. And yes, I'm not saying that you should get COVID-19 or you should be fucking sick, but you should know how your body, mind, soul, and emotion operates. You should know the mechanisms that make you who you are. Not just talk about it, but really get to know. I know when I'm feeling healthy and when I'm not at the top of my game. I literally know. I know that if I eat this or if I do that, I know how my body reacts and how it responds. So I also know that the limits of my mind, right? I know how late I can stay up. I know if I just, I don't know, sleep 3 hours, I know how far I'll go. I know how far I'll get. You know what I mean? I know if I'll not get a burnout like people say right now if I do a lot of exercise or if I do a lot of physical effort. Because you have to get to know the mechanisms of your body, of yourself, of your essence, of who you are. Now, the body is one part, which is huge. It's huge. It's tremendous. Just the fact that so-called experts and doctors, they're just finally beginning to accept and say it out loud that the gut is the number one reason for health or being unhealthy. Your gut, the health of your gut, is the number one thing for your immune system. And they're just finally saying that. They're just finally cutting up with this shit. But you've had literally hundreds of people way back, even fucking from the Greeks, saying that in order for you to stay healthy, you need to take full attention to what you eat, right? So the bacteria living in your gut, that's the key. That's the key to your health, your physical health, at least. But finally, not because the fucking mainstream is saying it, we're like, oh yeah, okay. So you see, I'm saying, don't get caught up in any of it. Even if it sounds cool, maybe being vegan right now, it's a trend and everyone is talking about it. Yeah, it's cool, right? But don't go along with it, with the flow. Don't go along with the fucking whatever it's on the mainstream right now, simply because everyone else is doing it. If everyone else is doing it, 9 out of 10 times, I doubt why are they doing it. There's gonna be something else behind it, because I understand that most people are herd, are sheep, very easy to manipulate. So that's why sometimes I sound crazy. That's why I'm a very lonely person as well, because I need to, anything and everything that happens, I need to assess it through my own filters. I don't care if it's coming from Jesus. I don't care if it's coming from Buddha, whoever. I need to put it to a test. Otherwise, it's just nonsense. You become that person that is just following and following and following, and then you're still asleep. You're not awakened. Whether you do yoga or not, that does not mean that you're awakened or not. You're just fucking bending your body without actually understanding what the fuck you're doing. Or simply because you follow a health guru or a serial entrepreneur or a successful guru, whatever the fuck, that does not mean that you are awakened and that you are a successful person. That just means that you're fucking following another person, a better quality person, rather than following bullshit artists or bullshit people that don't add anything into your life. You're following a better quality of people. Yeah, that's good. But then you need to step it up, right? Stop living on the basic level. That's the first level. And I'm not for that people anymore. There's thousands and hundreds and thousands of videos of me explaining the basic shit on my YouTube, on my program, even here on my podcast. So I don't want to talk about that basic shit anymore. I'm here for those that want to be elevated. And not because I say it, but because once you start elevating your consciousness, these things will resonate with you. You'll be like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, Pablo, and it's cool. And I just listen to you, not because I want to follow you, but because I'm feeding my mind. When I read a book, I'm not reading a book because I love the author and I want to be like him, and I'm taking everything as very literal. Like there's people that know all the books in the world, yet they don't hold the wisdom. You know what I mean? So my point here is, yeah, I read books, but because I want to keep my mind healthy in the same way that I eat food, but I eat healthy, good food. Not because I'm vegan or I'm this or I'm that. Is because I want to be healthy. I'm conscious about what I'm intaking, right? I'm conscious about the products that I'm putting into my system. I'm conscious and responsible for the information that I'm putting into my brain, into my mind, the 3 parts of my mind. I'm conscious and I'm aware of the emotions that I'm feeling, whether somebody hates on me, send me a negative comment, somebody loves me, I'm aware of my emotions, and that makes me more aware of you, the people around me, of the connections. What makes us human? It makes me more human. And of course, I'm aware of my spiritual side as well. It makes me more connected to the source, which is the number one reason why I'm so sharp and always focused. And whatever information comes is like, okay, I'll get it from the source, all right? Because you may say whatever the fuck you want to say, but that which you are saying, it's coming from your own filters. So even here, even this right now, take this as an example, my own podcast and the things that I'm saying. I'm talking about some deep shit. I'm talking about pure wisdom right here. Whether you hear it from me or anybody else, someone else that you admire, whoever, doesn't matter. But I'm giving it to you through my own filters, right? Just I'm a fucking human being. I'm a person, and I come from a different background than yours. I come from certain experiences. So of course, the way that I communicate, it has my own flavor on it. Take this for example. You know that, well, maybe I don't know if you know this about me or not, because I've said it in some of my seminars, maybe even one of my podcasts. I began as a chef. Actually, I began as a waiter. Then I started becoming a chef. I entered the kitchen. The point that I'm trying to make right here is that there's a saying between us chefs that even if I give you the same recipe that made me famous or made my restaurant famous, it really doesn't matter. A good chef will give you all of his recipes. He doesn't give a fuck, because he or she knows that you'll never be able to replicate the same dish that he or she did. Not because you're not following the recipe, not because you're not paying attention to it and following whatever the fuck is written up there. It's because you are your own person. You are an individual, and you put a little twist to it. It's impossible not to do it. Let that sink in for a second as I drink my mate. Matecito. Highly suggest that you start drinking mate. Lay off of the coffee a little bit. Don't drink it every day. Maybe one day coffee, maybe another day mate, maybe another day coffee. It's good for you. Matecito, that's the sound of a good mate. Anyway, so again, guys, we're seeing a lot of manipulation, even from the good guys. I don't know if you're familiar with the name David Icke. He shares a lot of the, like a whistleblower, shares a lot of the information that is supposed to be occult. I don't know if you're familiar with Q, which is, people didn't know, or people don't know that whether it's a person or an institution. I've come to the realization through my own research and through my own way of understanding this, through my own filters, is that it is a group of people, Q, that is giving off information. And these people are not who they say they are. These people are not who they say they are. David Icke, as an example, Elon Musk, I don't know who else, man. I forget. Assange, the guy from WikiLeaks. They're not who they say they are, right? So you need to be sharp, because maybe you were following them blindlessly and mindlessly, like, oh yeah, they're talking about the masks, and they're talking about the and this and the deep state, blah 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 blah, and then you get all worked up. And guess what? Whatever divides us, whatever creates division, divide and conquer. Who said that, right? You remember that? Divide and conquer. And it doesn't matter who said it. It's just history repeats itself. We see it. We've seen it before, and we keep seeing it. When we are divided as a species, it's easier to manipulate us. It's easier to control us. They, whoever might they be, they don't want us to unite. They don't want us to come up together, whether you're black, brown, yellow, pink, purple, white. Who gives a fuck about that, right? So division is what is fucking killing us. talk about Black Lives Matter. Man, fuck that shit, man. I realize that they're talking about some important things. But creating more division is not going to solve any motherfucking problem. You you get what you get what I'm saying? You get my point? And in order for you to understand this, you need to operate from a higher consciousness. You need to be fucking awake. You need to be awakened. You need to be conscious and responsible. Operating from a different dimension, man. Because if you're searching just for you're looking for revenge, then clearly I'm not for you. And clearly you are not awakened yet. You're still plugged in the matrix. But you feel like you are awakened because you're following certain people, you're listening to certain information that is supposed to be good. Check your facts. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Literally, check your facts, guys. Check your facts. Put it to the test. Pay close attention to the people that you're listening to. Pay close attention to the people that you follow. All right? Most people lie. I know that I've lied back in the day. Well, I didn't lie, but back in the day when I was starting a Style Systems, and I've said it on my seminars. That's why I had like a kind of like a breakdown, because I said, man, I can't keep up with this fucking lie, man. Shit. And I said it, and I came clean to it because I said, okay, I wanted to present a certain image to people so that they could admire me, because I thought that if I presented something that people wanted, right, like wanting to become like these very same fucking industries and these very same fucking companies that I always talk shit about, I wanted to be like that. But I was supposed to be the good guy, right? So it was good for you to follow me, to be following me. So I said, no. This is bullshit, man. This is bullshit. I went through a whole fucking transformation. And now I can stand right in front of you and tell you what the fuck is happening with my life. I'm not a fucking expert. Shit, I keep learning. Anybody that says he's an expert is fucking bullshitting you. Because you keep learning all the time. Kanai, right? Constant and never-ending improvement. Even if I've reached a mastery of a certain topic, even if I have a master degree on certain things, I know that I can still do better. I can still learn. It takes a lot of fucking ego to say, oh, I've done it. I've discovered everything that I needed to discover about spirituality, about image, about style. Nah, get the fuck out of here. There's always room for improvement and to be learning and developing, sharpening your tools, improving your skills. So what I was saying is that, I'm not making my podcast to say that I have all figured out. Shit, I still struggle. God damn it. But what I'm doing right here is I want others to come clean as well, to stop the bullshit, stop propagating the bullshit, to fucking wake up and to think for yourselves. Think for your fucking self. Come up with your own version of reality, man. And then maybe we'll find something, some crossing points, you and I, in the way that I want to live my life, in the way that I see the world and the cosmos, right, with my own cosmology. And I say, yeah, there's certain points that you and I can come together, and maybe in those points we can create and build something even bigger than ourselves. Shit, wouldn't that be great? But how the fuck are we going to do that when we're just focusing on our insecurities as an individual? They want us to do that. They want us to be comparing ourselves to one another, because the lesser you feel, the less opportunity of you to awaken, right? How the fuck are we going to elevate ourselves and evolve when we're only focusing on our insecurities individually? How the fuck are we going to evolve? How the fuck are we supposed to grow and shift the energy that we're seeing right now when we're focusing on what divides us instead of what unites us? You're black and brown. I'm American, you're Mexican. I do this, I do that. Shit, man. Fuck that. And remember, anytime you judge, whether it's white lives, whatever, there's a part inside of you that needs to be healed. Because everything outside of you is just a reflection of you, man. The world is not as you think it is. The world is as you are. And I've said this 100 times, almost on every fucking episode on my podcast. I always say this. El espejo humeante, the smoking mirror, Tezcatlipoca. The world is a fucking mirror of whatever you hold inside of yourself. Pay close attention to this. This is some deep shit. So when you come to this realization, then all of a sudden you shift your energy, you shift your focus, and not on the outside, but onto yourself, and say, I don't like this shit. But it's not about that. It's about me. What can I shift inside of me so that I can see some reflection on the outside, a shift on the outside? Right? That's magic right there. The words that I use will create a different impact if I'm responsible for the words, the actions, the thoughts, the food, the emotions that I have within me. So it's not about COVID-19. It's not about the fucking government. It's not about Trump being a savior. It's not about fucking crooked fucking Hillary being a bitch and being a demon. Fuck them. What about you? What the fuck are you going to do? You, not them. Because your life is yours, not theirs. You are responsible for your own fucking decisions, not them. So first, work upon you as an individual and say like, oh, whoa, shit. Yeah, and it hurts, man. Guess what? It hurts. It's not easy, scary. And as you're starting to do this, yeah, it'll be hard. But that's exactly why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm putting myself out there. And I've been doing so for the last 8 years. So that you can realize that you're not alone. As you're waking up and as you're feeling shitty as fuck and as you're getting angry, frustrated, maybe even sad for all this situation and developing yourself, I'm here for you, goddammit. Not because I have all the fucking answers. I don't want you to suck my dick. But I want you to see some similarities that we can agree upon and be like, damn, okay, cool. I've been through that. Now I can give you my experience and maybe you can compare a little bit, not from a negative standpoint, but be like, oh, okay, so I'm not crazy. You've been through that. Your friends have been through that. So, oh, okay, I'm on the right path then. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And then that's how we fucking unite. And maybe, just maybe, we can create a better world. Not even for us, but for the next generation, man. We're planting the seeds for the next generation so that the next generation can see the tree grow all grown up. And maybe the next generation from them can reap the fruits of that tree that we planted. It is our responsibility to lay the seeds. And it is not for ourselves, man. This is the ultimate thing. We're not planting the seeds so that I can reap the benefits of the fucking tree and the fruit. Probably I'll not even be here when that time comes. But I did my part in this world. Because you gotta understand this, man or woman. You did not come to this world just to fuck, eat, and work. Just to take. What the fuck are you gonna leave behind? You are here for a purpose. We all have a purpose, all right? And that purpose is not just to make money, just to be rich, just to be famous, just to buy beautiful things, nice things, expensive things, just to fuck, have a bunch of girls or men, boys, it's not about that. Have a fucking kid, go to restaurants. It's not about that. I'll end it up on this. Remember your mortality. If today was your last day, would you be content with the life that you lived, with the message that you left behind, with the example that you left behind? Would you be content with that? Would you follow yourself if you were just growing up? Would you admire yourself as you are right now? Would you be your own friend? Would you be your own lover? Would you be your own student? So remember your mortality. If today was my last day, what the fuck would I be doing, man? How's my quality of living? What the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Why am I here for? Now, those are the questions that you should be asking yourselves. And then go and do likewise with other people, man. And remember, we're not asking these questions just to be like, yeah, whatever. No, we're here together. We're here for you. I'm here for you. My friends are here for you too. Because that's why I have these friends. We're together, goddammit. And together we're stronger. And less easy to manipulate. You know what I mean? Understand this. The time has come. Pay close attention to the things that you're doing, the things that you're eating, the information that you're reading or seeing. Pay close attention, even if it looks like it's good. Most of the times it's just bullshit, man, because it's easy to manipulate us. So that's why one of the main reasons why I wanted to become an image consultant, because I realized how much they were manipulating us. And I was like, okay, cool. Whoever holds the power of information and the perception of that information, the outlook of people, like, this is what it is, even if it's not. This is the best water in the world, even if it's just fucking tap water. You know what I mean? Like the fucking plastic bottled waters. That's the biggest scam of them all. It's the same fucking water that you have on tap. But the power of manipulation of perception, the power of perception. If they hold information and tell you, oh no, this is the best, blah, 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 and then you fall, or I fall to that too, to that trap, like a fucking idiot. Like, okay, cool. And then you buy the bullshit. No. Time has come to wake up. All right. That's it for today. This is today's episode. Remember, this is the Fashion Matrix podcast. My name is Pablo Rivera Espinosa Los Monteros, your host, your coach, your image consultant. For more information, visit pablomentor.com. That's my own personal coaching website. Also, I have stylesystemshop.com. That's my online store. And then stylesystemsnet.com. That's my image consulting business. All right. Follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, whatever social media platform you desire, at Pablo Mentor. And thank you for listening. Be the best version of yourself. Until the next one.